everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Into the Ashes. Have you heard of it? It's on DirecTV. And it has Frank Grillo on it, who I'm a big fan of. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not. I used to love Kingdom. Still do, but I've already seen it all. That's where I like him from. He was in Avengers, or, you know, he's in those movies as well. But in addition to it, Luke Grimes is in this, and James Badge Dale. So he was on 24, where I recognize him. 13 Hours. He's in a lot of different movies. I like him. He's kind of like a, I don't want to say this to offend him, but like a B-rated actor. But I like him a lot. I think he's really talented, and you know, I like to see him in these kinds of films. He's like an army kind of guy. Whatever. Anyway, look him up. This movie is, and I don't know who plays who or anything like that. IMDb has given it a 5.1. It's about a seems like an ex-criminal who has now turned his life around, has a wife, and you know, is heading down a straight and narrow, where his old crew decides that they don't forget what he did in the past, what money he's stolen and things that he's done, and they come back after him, namely maybe taking his wife somehow, some way. So he comes at a crossroads. Does he turn back to his old ways and go after them and get a little revenge, or does he work with his father-in-law, who happens to be the sheriff, and stay on the straight and narrow and do what's right? That's what I got from a little bit of synopsis there. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's not that long of a movie. It is only like an hour and, I want to say, 28 minutes. So, you know, I think it's worth watching to find out what it's all about. So I'll do that, and then I will check back in. Hour and 37 minutes, sorry. I wanted to see. And I'll get it started, give you a better idea of what it's really about, see if that synopsis holds true, and then ultimately tell you what I think. So stick around. I'll be back. Okay, everybody, we're at the credits of Into the Ashes. Sorry there's no check-in tonight. Actually, I was into it, and I forgot to check in, and I was like, oh, I'll check in now. It was like an hour and 8 minutes into the movie. Only 29 minutes left. I figured we'll just catch up at the end, and I'll catch everybody up on this movie. And so Frank Grillo, who's probably the biggest actor in this, he actually plays the bad guy. It opens the scene with him getting out of prison, but I had assumed that he was the one with the wife and trying to be the snake, trying to go straight and narrow. That's not the case. That is Luke Grimes, and he plays a character called Nick. And he has a wife, and everything's going great for him. He works with Sal, who is James Badge Dale, the guy I talked about, 24, that kind of thing. You know, they're just friends, whatever, and they're building a cabin together out in the woods. So the beginning of the movie is showing how Frank's character is getting out of prison. He catches up with two of his nefarious fellows, and whatever, they're just moving around. He meets with somebody. He's trying to find Nick, who is the guy with the wife, and that's their purpose. And the other two are just getting along, building a cabin, whatever. And so what ends up happening rather quickly, and as I think about it, it really developed, but ultimately they go to the home to find Nick, who's not there. And that's because this is all in the synopsis, so I'm not ruining anything. But of course, you know, his wife is there. Excuse me, his wife is there. But they're looking for Nick. Evidently, he took some money of theirs, like I said in the synopsis. That is one. Sorry, cinnamon. That's one portion of the movie I don't get, or I don't like, is it lacks a lot of detail. And you don't come to the end and they tell you all this. It's like, we don't know his relationship, our main character's relationship with Frank Grillo's group of fellas. You know, what was going on with them, how were they together, how did he steal money, you know, what all went down there. You never come to find out. And they touch on it briefly, as much as they touch on it when you read the IMDb summary. That's all, you know. So it's like, little cloud of mystery there. Okay, I'll go with it until the end of the movie. And of course, you know, they're coming after each other, so there's going to be gunfights, and there's going to be people killed. And there's a scene when they're walking, the police show up. The father-in-law, I told you his father-in-law is actually the sheriff. He shows up at this motel, and there's people laying on the ground, obviously shot, but you can't tell who they are. So you know who all the characters are, so you're expecting to see these people. I had no idea who these people were. And maybe that was the point, because then they go back and replay to show you what happened. So then you find out who they were. But the whole time, like, I thought you should have known who these people were laying on the ground. I don't know if it was our main character, or if it was Frank Grillo's character, or whatever. It just keeps going on and on and on. So ultimately, very disappointed. What I feel is, I think the writing was there, or at least whoever, not so much wrote it, but the storyboard. There's a good story there. Nothing terribly ingenious or super fresh or creative. Nothing there. But, I mean, you got a good plot going on there. It just wasn't developed enough. There wasn't enough detail. And I don't know if that's, the writer didn't write. I'm assuming the writer would write all these details. It's up to the director, and I assume the producer, to make it come out on the film. That didn't happen here. It was an hour and 37 minutes. I get it. You don't want it to be too much longer than that, but it took a full hour for us to figure out what was going on in this movie, and they really didn't tell you anything. So that's the problem I had with this thing. I liked it for a little bit. I thought it was going to lead somewhere. I could deal with the vagueness, the mystery. I don't know what's going on, as long as they tie it all together at the end. And they tie it, but it's just like, it's not tied well enough in a movie. You know what happened, but it's like you don't feel it. You don't feel like, okay, how did he betray his gang members or whatever? Like, what happened there? And how much money did he take? We have no idea. I guess it's enough money to, mess with his family. Anyway. So, and Frank Grillo's part is very small in this. Like, he's in it, but it's really around Luke Grimes and the other guy, James Badgedale. And, they're more in the movie than anybody else because, I don't know, it's just poorly done. I don't know what more I could say. If I had to do it all over again, I would have developed. I liked their friendship. That was good. You didn't have to develop that any further. They're hunting buddies. They like cabins, whatever. But you got to see what happened with him prior to him finding his wife, and the development there. And then, why is the other guy in jail? I don't even know why Frank Grillo was in jail. That doesn't come out at all. And if it did, I missed it. So there's a lot of details that were left out of this that could have fit into this movie. These relationship with the one bartender. They spend more time with them two hanging out and exchanging pleasantries rather than developing the entire story. So, sorry to say, this was not a good movie. It had a whole lot of potential there. But they need somebody like me to watch it first and then tell them all this stuff and see if they want to do it. However, that's my opinion. Maybe other people have a different opinion. They like the fact that there is a lot of vagueness and no detail in this plot, and this was enough. I doubt it, but there you have it. That's what I got for you. I feel like I'm rambling on. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Hopefully I saved you from this one, and you don't have to go ahead and watch it. But if you did, and you disagree, you think there's some things you liked in this movie, let me know. And if you do agree, let me know that. Worst case scenario, hit that thumbs up button on the down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll still put links into the movie, so if you do want to watch it, if for some reason after listening to this review you still want to watch it, please go ahead, click on the link and check it out. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.